Today's section will focus on organic farming and exports. So what is organic food? In a common man's perception, it is a food that does not contain any chemicals. Of course, it is a food that doesn't contain any chemicals. But what goes into making this food is the process. The process of cultivation, processing, trading, handling, packaging, which is done without the use of any synthetic chemicals, fertilizers and pesticides in an environmentally and socially responsible approach. So if we come to the backbone of organic products, that is the organic farming or organic agriculture. Organic farming is a holistic production management system which emphasizes on sustainability, biodiversity and ecological balance. In uses does not use any chemical pesticides and fertilizers. Organic farming is a holistic production management system that emphasizes on sustainability, soil health, biodiversity and ecological balances and excludes the usage of synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, chemicals and genetically modified organisms and relies on natural methods and processes. The benefits of organic farming, it is not only the environment or the health benefits, but it is also linked to export potential. India is a traditionally organic country. We all know that organic farming practices have been practiced in the country for ages. Even today, in many parts of the country, it is practiced, organic farming is practiced as a way of tradition. However, to market a product as organic, it has to be endorsed. Endorsed, that is, it has to be certified. And who certifies an organic products? It is a third-party agency. Because if the buyer and the seller endorses their own product, then it will not instill the same amount of confidence in the buyer or consumer, which is through a third-party certification system. So what is the organic certification system? It is a process of certification wherein a third party, that is a certification body, it certifies the processes involved in organic farming at all stages, that is production, then processing, trading across the supply chain. And how the certification takes place? It has to be against a reference standard. So there are standards of a country which are the regulatory requirements against which a certification body certifies a product as organic. The globally recognized organic standards include the EU Organic Regulation of the European Union, the USDA Organic of USA, the Canada Organic Regime Corps of Canada, to name a few. With the growing consumer awareness of healthy and safe food, there is a growing demand of organic products globally. And it is also linked with a good export potential. To cater to the export requirements, Government of India in 2001 implemented the National Program for Organic Production NPOP, which is the regulatory requirement for organic products export from the country. It was also notified by DGFT under the FTDR Act, and it became the mandatory standards for exports. In 2017, NPOP was also notified by FSSAI under the Food Safety and Standards Organic Food Regulations 2017. For the domestic market, NPOP has been notified under the Food Safety and Standards Organic Food Regulations 2017 as one of the options, the other being the Participatory Guarantee System implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture. As already discussed, that the certification system operates under a regulatory framework of a regulation. So India's regulatory framework is NPOP. It prescribes the standards for certification. Now, who can certify? It is a certification body, but not all can be a certification body. Therefore, the certification body who will be certifying for organic products under NPOP are accredited by the National Accreditation Body under a mechanism of accreditation process, which is also determined or explained in NPOP. In the coming modules, we will go in more details of the accreditation processes. Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority (APEDA) under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India is the secretariat for implementation of the NPOP, and hence it conducts all the functions of the accreditation body. Once a certification body is accredited, then they certify the operators as per the standards and the scope of accreditation. Now, what is the scope of accreditation? That is, the scope will include crop production, or it may be processing, trading, or other scopes like livestock, aquaculture. So, different operators are the entities who will be involved in different activities. As we mentioned, that it is a process certification, it is not a product certification. Therefore, the processes are certified. That is, if a person is doing production also and processing also, they will be certified once as a producer because their farm will be certified, or as a processor where their processing unit will be certified. For certification, the operator has to apply to the certification body who reviews their documents and that conducts an on-site inspection. This inspection is conducted to verify whether the operator, that is, if it is a producer, farmer is a producer, is following all the organic processes which are prescribed under the regulation. If they are following all the norms, then they are provided a certificate which is called the scope certificate, which is valid for 1 year. So this certificate actually endorses that that particular entity, whether it's a producer or processor or trader, is performing the organic operations. Further, in order to sell a produce as organic, the scope certificate will not be enough because it only implies that you are doing organic. But the quantum of produce that you have, for selling that produce to an entity, you will have to take a transaction certificate with each transaction. Example, a producer has 100 metric tons of produce, but he sells to 10 different entities. Then he has to take transaction certificate for each selling to each entity. Why this is required? Because it is the traceability. Traceability that the organic product that has been sold has been produced through the organic processes. Because with every transaction, the product moves to the next entity and the next level, and then it can be traced back to the farm level. Hence, there is an end-to-end traceability across the supply chain. This end-to-end traceability gives consumer assurance and increases the credibility of organic products. NPOP was launched in 2001 and it has been around 25 years since its launch. We have been updating the standards with time and looking into the changes in the global organic markets, the changing scenario. The NPOP was revised, the 7th edition was revised in 2024. The 8th edition was launched on 9th of January 2025. Looking into the changes in the global scenario, NPOP was first launched in 2001 and the 8th edition was launched in January 2025 with a transition period of 6 months. and it is now in force with effect from 4th of July 25. So over the years, looking into the changes in the globally, and we have brought in updations of NPOP, and the latest edition, the 8th edition, has brought in simplification and clarity for the operators, especially the producers, a transparency wherein all the details of the farmers are also required to be uploaded on public domain, strengthened oversight, a more deterrent sanctions and penalties for those who do not follow the requirements, and we have a unified India Organic logo, which includes the logo of NPOP and the Jaivik Bharat of the domestic market. Through the NPOP 8th edition, we have introduced many farmer-friendly measures, like we have simplified the grower group certification process. What is the grower group certification process? Well, the NPOP provides a provision for a group of farmers to get certified as a single entity. This is especially helpful for the small and the marginal farmers, because for them, for a single farmer, the certification cost will be high. A group of farmers, about 25 to 500, can get certified under one legal entity. In the NPOP 8th edition, we have mandated that the grower group should have a legal entity, and we have specified it also so that the farmers have a legal standing, they have a more say in their certification processes. We have also provided a provision for a faster conversion period. What is the conversion period? It is the time which is required for converting conventional land into an organic farm. And it is 2 years for the annual or seasonal crops, and it is 3 years for perennial or crops or such as the trees. But a provision has been provided that those farmers who are practicing organic for 3 years or more, they can get converted into organic in a faster way, but there are certain requirements to it. That is, those farmers who have already been certified under PGS system of the Ministry of Agriculture, because the PGS system also adopts the same standards under NPOP. Similarly, there are many hilly areas of the Himalayan states and the northeastern region where organic products has been grown as a matter of tradition. They have not used any prohibited substances, and it is endorsed by the state government. Accordingly, an operator or a producer can approach through their certification body with all the documentary evidences, and a considerate view may be taken on reducing the conversion period. This will really help those farmers who are practicing organic but have not yet come under the certification system. Indian organic products today have made its mark in the global market. Since its inception in 2001, today we are exporting to more than 50 countries. Our major export destinations are the European Union, USA, Canada, Switzerland, Australia, to name the major countries. And during the year 25-26, India exported around 635 million US dollar organic products. Organic products are exported across all categories: cereals and millets, spices, tea, coffee, medicinal and herbal plants, pulses, etc. So in order to export organic products, an operator, again let's recap, an operator, a producer, processor or trader has to be certified by an accredited certification body under the National Program for Organic Production, NPOP. One of the most important features of NPOP is the grower group certification, which provides an option for small and marginal farmers to come together and get certified as one entity. And they operate under an internal control system, which is their own management or administrative unit, and they can sell their produce as one entity. After the launch of the 8th edition of NPOP, we have been carrying out several capacity building and outreach programs to generate awareness on the regulatory requirements on NPOP. Besides, there are major organic fairs globally such as the BioFact Germany, where our participation has increased the global visibility. India was the country of the year in BioFact 2026 and Germany, and this has really elevated our position in the global organic market. Besides, we also participate in a major trade show, the Natural Products Expo West at Anaheim, USA, which is again a very important trade fair for natural and organic products. Apart from that, APIDA facilitates the participation of organic exporters in various other trade fairs as a special segment product. Apart from that, the negotiations play a very important role in getting a market access for organic products. For exporting an organic product, it has to be certified under a regulatory standards. When we export to a particular country, we have to comply with their regulatory requirements. This would mean dual certification or double the cost. Therefore, Government of India since its inception had taken many efforts to ensure that NPOP is in compliance with the other major regulations of the world so that the exporters don't have to go for double certification. With these efforts, we have recognition by the European Union for unprocessed plant products, which is also recognized by the Switzerland and the United Kingdom. Similarly, the mutual recognition agreement was implemented with Taiwan in 2024, and a mutual recognition arrangement was implemented with Australia in 2025. With these recognitions, Indian organic products are being exported seamlessly across the globe, and other countries of course accept NPOP certifications and those where there are regulatory requirements. Besides, we are also negotiating agreements with other countries so as to expand the exports of organic products. The Indian organic sector is supported by a strong regulatory framework, global recognition and growing demand. By adherence to the NPOP requirements, the understanding of the global markets, the producers and exporters can unlock significant opportunities. Organic is just not sustainable, it is also globally competitive and offers ample opportunities for enhancing exports and a good source of premium for the growers of the country. Thank you.